Do you feel the newness of this new year coming? Because I certainly do. And one thing I'm starting to learn about life as a grown adult is not to ever feel like even your smallest or even biggest decisions have to be completely permanent. Your sense of spirituality, like there's going to be so many needs you have as a human being in your lifetime for yourself, for your family, that you're going to have times where you go to church. You may have times and circumstances where you want to build community, and that seems to be the easiest way to do it. Then you'll have times where your either your spirituality or your sense of self, or maybe you don't need spirituality but you have a sense of self and you're doing other community things. Some of us have a lot of spirituality. We've been through the church thing. We want to keep the spirituality personal between our family, or just like kind of between our family and between having a relationship in spirit that's personal. If we're fortunate enough to have family close enough to be a part of that, that's even better. And it's more about ourselves, it's more about our created family that we've created, things like that, right? And it's not about organized religion. And then there are times where organized religion is something that you can help or can help you, or however it ends up working out. Like, it's really weird how life goes, but it's never going to be one of those things that you decide one time and then you never revisit again. And it doesn't make you weak, and it doesn't make you sort of like flighty or flaky. It just makes you just curious and learning and human, and that is okay. This also goes for productivity apps. Like, I use Apple and Google and Grok for everything. I've worked enough with Structure Daily Planner app as like a go-to planner of mine that I love. I come back to it, but I don't force myself into it permanently, because there are times in life where I just kind of want to pick up my phone and use it as it comes with the apps that are on it. Just write things down, remind myself of things, and not think about nothing else. And get into Grok and do deep research with Grok, like making that more of a priority when I am on my phone, and then kind of like balancing all of this with community, sports, nature, all the things that I do, art, everything that I do, and of course, including anything that relates to learning and my life's work that I might be involved in that's like, important. Not like work, but just like meaningful things within life's work, right? And none of that is permanent. Like, you're going to install apps and uninstall apps, and you're going to try calendar blocking, and it's going to work for a while, and then you're going to like, no, calendar blocking is not realistic. All this stuff. Same with foods. Like, you're going to try a food and you're going to love pineapple on pizza for a couple years, and then another couple years you're going to hate pineapple on pizza. I think we get too focused in this thing. I think it's backwards. I think it's kind of like our schools taught us, our older generations taught us that you have to make major life decisions about who you are based on what you do and what you use, and you don't have to do that at all. You're free to change your mind. You're free for something to work for a while. You're free to have even friends as an adult is ridiculous. I don't see how being involved in like these friendships being, if they're important, that's like a huge rare thing. But to be honest with you, if you're not like in family with them, I don't see why it's super like just so much pressure to expect your friends to treat you like your family, when friends have a category of their own. And if it ends up like that, that's even cool. But you know that should be a natural thing, and most of the time we are surviving and thinking about ourselves, our families, and to have this unrealistic expectation of the permanent, like, important friendships. It's just kind of unrealistic as an adult. You're not really going to need all that because you you are involved in your own interests anyway. You are, you know, you're invested in your own interests. So if you have that, cool, but don't make that like the most important thing over your marriage or your parenting or anything that's like really super important. Unless those friendships have earned a place in your family already, kind of a thing. So, just my take on some things for the new year. Things that I've been kind of like learning over these last few years of serious adulting, and I hope that it gives you something to think about for yourself. Maybe it gives you something to really take in and sit with.